How's it going, everybody? It's been a long time since I was on YouTube. Uh, I've been very quiet recently. I think the last time I dropped a video was back in May, shortly right after I bought my new car. So, you guys are probably wondering, if you're subscribers, why I haven't been on YouTube in so long. There's a couple of reasons behind it. 3 reasons. The big obvious one is just life stuff. Like I said back in May, I dealt with a back injury. My back is mostly better now. It's doing pretty well. Borderline normal is fine. Nothing bad anymore, not worth worrying about. There's a couple of times where I got sick. What else did I have happen to me? Oh, work. There was a lot of overtime I worked back in May. So, I just been out of commission for those normal reasons that I take little stints off of YouTube. But the 2 big reasons that I really haven't been on YouTube lately is because, one, I recently got a new computer. My old one that I had since like 2017 took a shit. So I had to go to Best Buy and buy a brand new computer. And I bought like a really nice gaming computer with the fancy RGB lights and stuff for like a little bit, like probably around $1,300. So I got a brand new computer. I went to download my editing software that I use to edit videos. That editing software no longer exists. They went out of business, so I cannot download their software anymore. So I ended up downloading another software that I never found time to learn how to use. I think it's called DaVinci Resolve. That's gonna be potentially the new software I'll be using. But yeah, so there's that. So I'm not really able to edit videos right now. So if I upload anything for a while, it's probably just going to be raw, unedited videos or live videos like this. And then reason number 3 is actually really depressing. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about retiring off of YouTube. Like, it really sucks, man, because Spec and Auto and being on YouTube has been a regular part of my life for almost 6 years. I've been doing this crap since November 2019. As a matter of fact, November 9th, 2019 was actually the first video I ever uploaded to YouTube. And it happened to be filmed in this very same junkyard. But, yeah, I'm thinking about quitting YouTube. I don't know, man. I'm just not really feeling it that much anymore. It was like a fun little hobby that I had for quite a while, and I mean, it's great. You know, like, I don't know, something with the past couple of years has really changed my mindset and my level of interest with pursuing YouTube stuff. I never went public with a lot of the crap that I went through for the last 2 years, so I guess I can go ahead and come out and say it. If you guys have been long-time subscribers, you guys would know, about 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I was in a really loving and happy relationship with somebody. And back in April of 2023, she and I decided to break up. I didn't want to break up with her. She actually made the call. But, to anybody that knows her in real life, I don't want anybody to send any kind of hate her way, because she really isn't a bad person. I think she has a really good heart and all that. I just think her mind wasn't in the right place, if you want me to be completely honest. I don't really have any ill feelings towards her or anything at all. As a matter of fact, I think I'll always have love in my heart. for her, but not like the romantic kind, I guess, but more so, you know, sentimental memories kind of thing. Because it's not like she cheated on me or dumped me or well, she dumped me technically. she didn't cheat on me. She didn't do anything horrible to me. She didn't abuse me. She didn't hurt me. She was always very loving, kind, and supportive. And, you know, we've had our differences and our fair arguments and things like that. But, yeah, to stop rambling so much about it, yeah, we broke up, and I honestly took a really downward spiral into a depression. So that's why you guys may have noticed my video production gradually slow down over the last few years and pick up again this past year or so. But I don't know, after that breakup I kind of started losing interest slowly. And now that I'm recovering from that and I got like other life changes happening and stuff, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not exactly as passionate about it as I used to be. And I don't know. It's really hard to explain. I guess I kind of feel like there's not as much room for it in my life anymore. I don't know, man. But yeah, those are the things that's been happening in my life for the last couple of years. So there's that. I am planning on filming another video soon, but like I said, it might not even be edited. It's probably just gotta be like a raw video because I don't have the software right now, which kind of sucks. I mean, I guess I could toy around with the software when I film said video and try to pull something out of my ass, but like I said, the passion is not quite in it as much anymore. So I've been kind of depressed about that. So I got some, I actually do have some interesting cars around here I can show you guys. I've already walked through here, tinkered with a couple of cars and got a part sitting out in my car now. But, so I just kind of came back in to film and do this video for you guys because I wanted to check in with y'all and let y'all know I'm still alive. I'm doing alright. But I do have some pretty neat cars I can show y'all. So let's go car hunting, see what we can find. This first one I'm going to show you is actually not quite that interesting, but I like it because of the color, and it kind of takes me back to a similar time in my life. And you might start to see it right there. So like I said, not an exciting vehicle, but I don't know, it feels nostalgic to me just because this is the era that I grew up in. It's a Ford Escape V6 2002. So this was the second year that they made the Escape. So this is a first gen. And you can definitely tell it's an early Ford with some quality issues. Oops. The seat's actually in pretty decent shape for how old it is. I'm actually surprised. So is the steering wheel. Wow, actually, this interior, besides the doors, the interior's actually held up pretty decently. I can't tell you the mileage because it's all digital. But steering wheel's in good shape. It's got the column on the shift, or on the tree here. Really cool. Sunglasses holder. And this one has a sunroof. Hell yeah, man. But when I look at these Fords from the early 2000s, I see a lot of parts bin stuff. For example, like you'll see a lot of these window switches and lock switches in pretty much all the Fords from back in this day. But particularly it's these door handles. These interior door handles are actually shared with the first generation Ford Focus, so you'll find these in the Ford Focus. Of course, you'll find a lot of like the radios and stuff shared, and just overall materials just pretty much the same. It's not too bad, minus that. I love the yellow. I don't know. I've always got excited about the yellow Ford Escape. And it's weird because yellow's not really a favorite color of mine on cars. Certain cars just do it. And these early Escapes just did it for me. But you see, like I said, door panels are really the only thing in this car that aged pretty bad. But all in all, like the dash and the headliner and everything else looks really, really good for being 23 years old. I don't know what Ford was doing during this period, but a lot of their cars had this problem. A lot of them did. I know this had a V6, but I don't know if it has the 4x4 or not. It has the cool privacy shade. I actually know somebody who has a Ford Escape, so maybe I can grab this for them if they want it. I'll have to ask her. Speaking of Ford Escapes, so I was telling you guys a few minutes ago, goddamn. Anyway, I was telling you guys a few minutes ago that I was digging for some parts through here, and I'll show you exactly what I was digging for. So, I got a person that I know, and she has a 2011 Ford Escape. And she needs a rear window wiper motor for hers because it doesn't work. So I was digging through all these second gen Escapes, and they all are really fucked up. Because if you guys know Fords well, back in that time period, they had really, really bad quality metal. So here is a wiper motor that I actually pulled from the 2012 that's sitting over there. But this thing's in really bad shape. Like this ring is just brittle and it's breaking in pieces. This is just completely corroded. It's so bad. So like while the motor itself in here looks nice, I'm worried that this isn't going to work because of what's wrong out here. But I was digging through all of these Escapes, and they all are very similar in condition. You see the wiper arm's completely gone, the bolt's completely corroded. It's rusted, it's corroded on there where the wiper arm mounts. It's so bad, and they're all like this. I don't know what the hell was going on with Ford. Well, I kind of know what's going on with Ford back then, but I still ponder that question with myself because there's literally so many Escapes here, and they're all in just such bad shape. This black Escape right here is actually the one I pulled the motor from. But they're all bad, man. They're horrible. I was telling her about it. I'm like, I'm feeling really unsure about that wiper motor. I can get it for you if you really want it and try it, but I have my doubts. And I went to explain to her that this era of Ford is just not good with metal quality, because you got to think this 2008 to 2012 era of Ford was during the Great Recession, so they were using the cheapest metals possible. So of course whenever you see an 08 through 12 Ford, especially up here in Ohio, they're all going to be rotted. They're all going to be really, really rotted. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be an Escape, it can be this Mercury Milan. You can see that the rockers on this Mercury is just completely rotted. It's just an across the board issue with Ford in this era. Let's see how this Ford Edge looks. Yeah, see, you got a little bit of rust there. Holy shit, what the fuck happened to this? Anyway, yeah, like, especially like this Ford Fusion. This Fusion is just gone, it's done. And they all rot just like this. It's really unfortunate, because back in this era they made some really sharp looking cars. Like they look good. I like the styling designs, but the metal they used was just dog shit. Especially like, look at this one. This is probably the worst tailgate from a Ford Escape that I've seen here. Yeah, there's no using that. You might as well just pitch it. It's bad, dude. It seems like by 2013, when they started coming out with these rounder vehicles, they started doing better with rust. Like, it's got some regular wear in areas, but like, you're not seeing rot in the door panels. You're not seeing rot in the wheel wells. You're not seeing rot on this tailgate. Oh, this thing's heavy. Yeah, so you're not seeing rust on this one. It's all clean. But then you go back to this era and it's just horrible. And I hate to say it, man, but even though they're like known to rust and just rot really bad, this is actually still my favorite era of Ford. I don't know, they were really, really cool with trying new and unique things. Really quirky designs and styling cues, especially with something like this, the Ford Flex. This big ass brick on wheels, like they did really cool stuff like that back then. And unfortunately, they're known to rot. It's really depressing. I guess I can give you guys a slight educational thing with these second gen Escapes while I'm right here. If you look at these, the most common places for rot is going to be the rear wheel wells. It can be either on this end or especially on this end. So they can rot on the rear wheel wells, they can rot on the tailgates, and a lot of times they can rot in the strut towers. Like if they're bad enough, these will be completely rotted out. Like it's starting to get kind of bad right there. Yeah, it's just everywhere. And especially the undercarriage itself, just right underneath the car. They can rot really bad if you're in a salt belt. Really, really bad. Let me see if I can see how bad it is under here. It's not the worst I've seen. It's definitely got some rot though, right there. I think over there is going to be worse. You can kind of see it's looking a little holy right in that region there. So yeah, it's a shame because the Fords of this era were good, but especially the Escapes. The Ford Escapes are generally really reliable, whether it's the V6 or the 4-cylinder. Me personally, I would prefer the 4-cylinder model over the V6 because the 4-cylinder, while it has less power, it'll get better gas mileage and it'll be easy to work on. They're easier to do maintenance on, like spark plugs and things like that, because you don't have to remove plenums or intakes or anything like that. But yeah, that was a really good era. But I was going through all these Escapes trying to find a window motor, and I couldn't do it. They're all rotted, man. I told her this might be one of those parts where you're gonna have to go online and just order brand new. Oh, here's one I was actually wanting to show you guys. This one is just completely fucked. Jesus Christ. So it's a Dodge Nitro. I think it's a 2010. When I looked at it, that's what it said. It was a 10. Yeah, 2010. This thing is fucked up beyond recognition. Or FUBAR for short. But yeah, it's so bad that passenger seat is practically hugging on this one, and it's just horrible. And you can see how bad that door over there is pushed in. The whole dashboard's like bent. It's terrible. Judging on the looks of this, I don't see an airbag deployment in the seat, and I don't see an airbag deployment in the dash over there. So hopefully to God that nobody was sitting on that side when this car got hit. It looks like the driver probably could have made it out all right, but it's horrible. This is actually the worst car I've seen in the junkyard in quite a long time. So that back seat is just completely bent. Yeah, there's really nothing of value in this car. Like the door panels on both driver's side doors are busted and everything. I don't know if there's really anything worth salvaging on this. Yeah, see, it took a really gnarly hit on that side. Like, that motherfucker had to have been going fast. Wow. Yeah, I walked up on this for the first time earlier, and not gonna lie, my stomach sank, man. I was like, fuck. That was like literally what I said. I was like, holy shit. It's bad, dude. Like, even the roof, the welds on the roof just completely ripped apart. That was a really, really hard hit. I hope whoever owned that Dodge Nitro is alright. Alright, so we're gonna go back to some of these import cars because I've seen some pretty neat stuff over here, all across here. So I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm not gonna be on here like a long time, but I just want to at least get through and show you guys some of the cool vehicles I've seen. Of course, you'll see some of the basic, regular shit you'll see every day as we're walking past. If I walk past something and anybody sees a vehicle they want me to go back and look at while I'm here, feel free to tell me in the comments down below. But there was a really cool little green convertible I saw somewhere over here, and I want to show you guys that. I also seen a Subaru WRX and a Mazda RX-8 side by side over here as well. So I wanted to show you guys all that. I didn't even see this yet. Wow. Maybe we'll take a little detour and check this out. What is this thing? 85 Mercedes 300 DT. Okay. I'm not a big European car guy, but I know some of the viewers here might be, so I'm open to showing it off. Looks like something got hit on the side here and just completely ripped the skins of the doors off, which is insane. But here's our interior. There's not much in here. Looks like someone was starting to take out the seats. Driver's seat's gone, rear seat's gone. And we'll come over here, check out our passenger seat. Not bad. I mean, I kind of like the color on it. I don't... Wow. Let me see if I can get into this glove box. I don't even know how this thing opens. Oh, here we go. Is there anything in here? Nope, just some sugar packets. And an old roadside assistance sticker. Wow. Cool. Yeah, that wasn't even real wood. That's just fake. I could have swore during this time period they were still using real wood trim, but I guess not. It's a neat shaped car. It's very, very 80s. Check out our door panels. They're actually not too bad at shape. Wow, okay. Yeah, there's actually still a couple of parts in here that you can salvage. I'm surprised that whoever took the seats out of the rear and the driver's side didn't take that passenger side one either, because it's just dirty. It just needs cleaned. Instrument cluster is completely gone, so I can't tell you any information based on that. Wow. Got a nice big sunroof. Wow. It actually kind of goes towards the back seat. That's a nice sunroof. Headliner's in decent shape. It's sagging in some places along the sides over there, but I think that's just because this car got hit. I also like how solid that thing sounds when you shot it. That's kind of satisfying. So, to be completely fair with y'all, I don't know much at all about Mercedes, especially old Mercedes like this. So I can't really provide you any information on what this engine is. So if anybody wants to inform the audience what that might be, go ahead and tell people. But yeah, it's pretty neat. See, I like little surprises like that. I didn't even know that Mercedes was there. Like, I'm like beaming across the junkyard going to 3 specific cars that I already saw, and then I just randomly ran into that one. Oh, there's the 2 I wanted to show you right here. So we got this blue car and this yellow car. Mazda RX-8, Subaru WRX. Let's look at the WRX first, because I actually didn't look at that one yet. I already looked through this one, so sorry, spoilers. Really love the yellow color. Like I said, it's just like some cars do it and some cars don't. That first gen Escape did it, and this one did it too. It's just really cool. And this place has a OEM muffler if anybody wants it. It's still there. Of course, all the badging is gone. All the important exterior differences are gone. Engine is gone. But we still have our seats. Unfortunately, this place cuts through the dash and through the steering wheel because they want to pop airbags for some reason. So I guess something about safety. I don't know, but all the cars around here are pretty much like that. So if you wanted to come here to look for a Momo steering wheel, then you're SOL. But you do have these WRX seats, and they're very nice. Love the color of them. Really, really cool. I love the blue. Damn, dude. They're all in really good shape. They really just need to be cleaned. They would make really good seats for somebody. Same with the door panels. These door panels would be really good to swap as well. Whether you had a WRX that needed some interior pieces, or you're one of the people that wants to swap the WRX interior into a regular Impreza. I mean, all the parts are available, so that's nice. So there ain't a whole lot to like gawk at and stare at with these cars, because especially this one, because a lot of the stuff is gone. A lot of the goodies is really the interior at this point. And then we have this Mazda RX-8 right here. Of course, this rotary engine is still available. So if anybody wanted to get a rotary engine to mess with, here you go. It's available. But this RX-8 is a 2004. And we got ourselves a nice sunburnt spoiler. That was a really pretty blue. I can guarantee you that was a gorgeous color when it was new. Alright, let's look in here. So our instrument cluster is gone. Steering wheel, just like the Subaru, is cut over there. I'm trying to not let people get airbags, I guess. This seat is actually in really good shape. It's just dirty. There's a slight tear right there. There's absolutely no headliner in here. Someone took that. And then we got our doors here. Wow. Really cool. Even with these doors, man, like, I feel like this would be a pain in the ass to get in and out of. Look how small that is. Screw that. So although there's a lot of pieces missing from this thing, I think it's still a really good contender for parts. Oh, I found the passenger seat. It's laying on the ground here, which I find actually incredibly ignorant when people do that. But yeah, you got your, well, what's left of your interior. Man, this thing was tiny. Nothing there. I always like to check the glove boxes, because you never know. You might find an original owner's manual, brochure, window sticker or something, but this car doesn't have any of it. And I'm going to assume that most of the people that owned an RX-8 was a car enthusiast, and if they had any of the original literature, they probably took it all. That goes the same with this WRX we just looked at. So, I don't think the green car is over here. It might be on the other part of where the imports are. Whoa, hold on. Look, there's another surprise. There's another RX-8. Wow. Okay. And this one actually has more parts than that blue one, so I guess we can take a look real quick. There's a part of a shop vac. It looks like it's about just as stripped as the other one, actually. This one's actually in worse condition inside. That seat is just completely fucked up. This one does still have the headliner, sunroof. Wow. Wow, those are freaking massive. Look how big that speaker is. That door speaker is literally bigger than my hand. That had to have been some pretty good ass audio, man. That's crazy. I know my new Civic has like a, it's either a 6 or 8 speaker audio system in that thing, and it sounds really fucking good. But the speakers are nowhere near as big as that, man. They're just like, they're regular sized door speakers. They're like the little 6.5 inch ones. Got our nice little aluminum pedals here. That's cool. They actually forgot to fuck up the airbag on this steering wheel, so there's a good steering wheel if anybody wants it. Yeah, it's a whole lot there. And it looks like that somebody was actually trying to sell this RX-8. Because if you look over here, they had it for just under $2,000, but they never sold it, and I guess it ended up here. This one also still has the engine in it still. I know these rotary engines are so unreliable. I guess they just blow left and right, because both of them still have them. If they were like a good high quality engine, I'm sure they wouldn't be in there. Surprisingly, well, also not so surprisingly, you'll see a lot of the newer Kias and Hyundais that have those GDI engines that blow all the time. You'll see most of those Kias and Hyundais here will have their engines removed already. So that's just like, it kind of goes to show you just how bad they are. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else interesting on this side. If you guys are dropping in and visiting, I hope you guys are enjoying what you're seeing so far. Please do me a favor and throw a like down. You know, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel out. Because if I don't quit YouTube and I keep doing YouTube videos, it would help grow the channel even more. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Well, to be completely honest with you, I don't really care about this car that much. It's a BMW 530i. It's a 2001 model. I don't know, just not big into the BMWs, but figured take a quick gander at it, because this wasn't even the car that I was looking for. This car and that black Mazda, both of them, I wasn't even trying to look for those. I just stumbled on them. I guess it kind of makes the video a little more interesting and fun, because you get some legitimate first reactions too. And see, that's a weird thing. I've said this in the past, and I'll say it again. The weird thing about these old German cars, could be a BMW, Volkswagen, Audi. All these old German cars, it smells like the inside of a warm crayon box. I don't know, it's freaking weird. It's like that weird, like, waxy crayon smell. I don't understand how or why they smell like that. About, let's say 8 or 9 years ago, my Chrysler PT Cruiser blew up, and I was desperate to look for another car just to get back to work, because at the time I was delivering for Jimmy John's. So I just wanted some, any kind of piece of shit that ran and drove. So I went and test drove this 99 Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, it was like the car I would least expect myself to ever be in. Test drove it, and it had that crayon smell in it, man. They all have that smell. It's so strange. It is so fucking strange. I never got that car because like it ran fine and it sounded fine, but that the transmission was slipping in it. And I was like, nah. Because like I said, I was delivering food at the time, so I needed something that was just going to be somewhat reliable, because I was going to run the piss out of it. That was when I eventually just stumbled upon that Chevy Cavalier that I had. I found that at a Goodwill store, surprisingly enough, and bought that from Goodwill, because an old couple donated that car because it was sitting in their driveway for a long time. Well, come to find out later that Cavalier actually belonged to my old boss's parents. So the guy who was my boss at my first job was his parents actually were the previous owners of that car, so he knew that car. So it was crazy. Small world. Of course, that was later. I traded that car in for my first Honda, and I stuck with Honda ever since. Oh, no, that was before my Honda. I traded that Cavalier in for that Ford Taurus, and after the Taurus was when I got the first Honda. Oh, here's that little car. Here we go. Here's the treasure. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a MG. Yeah, 1977 MGB. I don't know if this was the MG Midget or not, or if the Midget was a different car, but it's very similar. But yeah, man, that is so freaking cool. And you can see remnants of what used to be a bumper sticker. I don't know what that says. I think it says Gillies, and then it says Pasadena, Texas. So this car was actually in Texas at some point in its life. Wow, man. This is actually like really neat. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, man. I really wanted to open that. Can you guys see the odometer at all? I can't tell you what the mileage is. I think it says 32, but I can guarantee you it's higher than that. Look how horrible that dashboard is. Holy hell. Damn, dude. Somebody threw a bunch of old crusty tires with it when they scrapped it. Here we go. Here's the door we can open. Oh man, this thing is so freaking crusty. Oh man, that is so strange. Old crank window, old speaker. Wow. Wow, this is so freaking nasty. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty nasty. MGB Tour and MGB GT tire. Okay. That is so neat, man. I love when I run into old cars like this. You can tell these tires are hella old. Yeah, this was a really old tire. Oh yeah, these must have been rims that came with this. Oh yeah. These tires are so old that there's not even a year on the dot number. I'm curious as to know how many years this thing was sitting, rotting away somewhere before it ended up here. Trying to figure out how to open this hood. Where's that? How the hell do you release the hood on this thing? Oh, here we go. Oh, mother of God. Wow, it is crusty under here. Yeah, this thing sat for many years. Look at that tiny engine. It's so small, dude. I can guarantee you somebody could pick that up and just carry that with their hands. Yeah, there's like leaves and dirt. I wouldn't be surprised if something lived in here at some point. God damn. Yeah, dude, I was so excited to show you guys this car. Good old MG. This may or may not be the very first MG I've ever seen here. These speakers are definitely... Oh, they might be original. They might be original. I don't know. Jensen Triax. 3-way speaker system. And you can just see the cones are just completely disintegrated on those. So I bet you they sound like shit. Oh, they might not even work at all, honestly. Yeah, it's like an old MG with a bunch of spare tires. Spare wheels. It's a shame. Because it would be cool if somebody would have restored this or fixed it up and actually showed it off at some car shows. I think there was only one more interesting, unique car, kind of like this, that I've seen since I was here. Unless you guys want to see the regular cars that I've filmed before, which I'm not planning on doing on this live video unless somebody requests for something. But, yeah, that's it. There is just one more car over here. It's a 1995 Infiniti Q45. And it's this white car right here. So, when I was a teenager, we had this kid that lived across the street from me. And he actually had a car that was just like this. Same color, same everything. It was white. Had that tan colored interior. I saw this earlier and I was kind of joking with myself, laughing. I'm like, it would be funny and ironic if this was the same exact Infiniti Q45 that used to sit across the street from my house. That would be so ironic. But, yeah, this thing's got, free dinosaur. You can get a free dinosaur with a missing arm. But, yeah, man, that would be crazy. I've always actually had a bit of a liking for the Q45s. And they're like one of the more rare Japanese car that came with a V8. Because, you know, most Japanese cars would only come with a 4-cylinder or V6. So for a car from Japan to come with a V8 seemed pretty rare. Kind of like a novelty, honestly. But yeah, this thing was cool. It had a rear lighter and ashtray for both passengers on both sides. Got these nice big cushy seats. You know, you could probably get away with pulling this back seat out and just like making a custom like couch for your garage or something, man. That would be so freaking cool. That would be sick. But yeah, this thing's got a nice sunroof. Headliner is straight. There's no sagging at all. It's got some personal reading map lights back there. Map lights up front. This thing was pretty loaded for the time. I love it, man. I don't know, there's something about these old Q45s I really, really like. Back in my, let's say, late teens, maybe very early 20s, there was a couple of times where I looked online to see if any of these cars are around, because I kind of wanted one. I'm not gonna lie. Another old big car that I kind of wanted back in that era was a Oldsmobile Aurora. The old 1995, 1996 models Looked like a spaceship. Love those cars. Even today, I still love them. It's just kind of unfortunate they came with that. It's not an actual North Star engine, but it's kind of based off the North Star. Yeah, another ashtray. I think these are used for sure. Yeah, this was like a really nice business class car from back in the day. You can tell the materials they used were really nice, but time hasn't been super kind to them. Especially this driver's seat. I'd be damned if these seats were not comfortable, because they look like a living room sofa. How many miles did this thing have? 173. And it came with almost full tank of gas. Nice. Yeah, it's got memory seats, it's got full power, multi-adjustments, and everything, man. That is actually a lot of features for 1995. Wow. And they also used glass for the headlights, so they don't look bad at all. And here's our Infiniti V8 that came with it. That thing is massive, dude. So freaking massive. I can't really tell you, I don't know the exact displacement from the top of my head. I'm sure I could find it somewhere though. I usually have them on these stickers. 4.5. So it had a 4.5 V8 in it. Wow. Out of a Japanese car too. That's crazy. Let's put some of this stuff here. I want to see what it looks like with the hood shut. Yeah, dude, that is so cool. I love that. I'd say, to be honest, out of all the cars I've shown you guys today so far, it's a really tough decision between that MG and this Infiniti I was the most excited about. But that's pretty much it for what I wanted to show you guys. I'll probably just start walking back up towards the front, because I already got what I needed here, well, and tried to get what I needed too. But yeah, I looked at a lot of the interesting stuff that's here. I mean, unless you guys want me to gawk over quirky toaster cars like Scion XBs, Ford Flexes, and Kia Souls, then yeah, I can do that. But I kind of did that off camera already, because I look at those cars so much on and off camera. Like, you can probably go back to any of my salvage yard walk around videos and you'll find at least one toaster car in it. Oh, hold on. You don't see these every day anymore. Old Hyundai Accent for $14.99. Well, was. Yep, this was back when cars were truly bare bones. Manual windows, manual mirrors, manual locks. Absolutely no cruise control at all. Honestly, I'm surprised it even came with intermittent wipers. But yeah, this is like as basic as you can get. And I like these old early Hyundais because they had fun little patterns. You can see like the little colorful dots in the seat fabric. I like that. It gives off very 90s vibes. Very 90s. Nope, nothing worth interest yet. And this one is a manual. So I actually got a fun little story. I had an old friend, whom is a piece of shit, by the way. But I had an old friend, and he used to own one of these Hyundai Accents. It was actually the same thing. It was it's either, his was an 01 or an 02, so it was like just like this, but his was like a deep green color, and his was a stick shift. And there was one time we were hanging out. He actually came over into my neighborhood, and he let me drive that around, and that was the very first time I ever driven a stick shift. I never driven a stick shift before that, and I actually did really well. I was flying up and down the street in that thing, man. I definitely think that an old Hyundai Accent or Kia Rio or whatever, like an old little Korean shitbox like this, or even a Honda Civic, would be like the perfect learning car for a manual. But yeah, it's kind of fun whenever I see the old Hyundai Accents like this one, because I always go back to that first time I ever driven a stick. Fun times. Very nostalgic, man. I think I was like, I might have been 19 at that time. I was young, man. I was young. I always like to see nostalgic cars, man, like from growing up, and even before my time, I always freak out when I see an old vintage car. But yeah, anytime I ever go to the junkyard, I spend a lot, and I mean a lot of time in the imports, because I'm all about the import cars, dude. Like, yeah, I'll go through the American stuff sometimes. Like, I'll go through the GM section here and there. Actually, the GM section is the least went through that I go. So I mostly stay in the imports, because I love import cars. Japanese cars, Korean cars, I love them. Next would be Fords. I love to go through the Fords. And then after the Fords, I usually like to go through the Dodge and Chrysler stuff. And then I'll go through the trucks, because they got a whole section for pickup trucks and vans over there. And then way back in that corner is it's like massive GM area where they have Chevy, Pontiac, Saturn, Oldsmobile, Cadillacs, Buicks, things like that. So I hardly ever go to the GM section, which is kind of a shame, honestly, if you're thinking about it, because there's probably some neat old stuff over there that I probably missed, because I just don't go over there. I'm not really a GM guy. Here's a cool car that's not even out in the yard yet. That's an old Integra. And it's a 4-door model. Let's see if we can get ourselves a sneak peek of it. It's not even out in the yard yet, and it's already went through. I guarantee you that a lot of the workers go through and like get all the good shit out of a lot of these old cars, and then they'll just throw what's left out here. Because, you know, a lot of the people in there would probably be able to buy parts at discounted prices or even free, and they could probably turn around and sell them online and make a huge profit. That's like that's also what I suspect when I try to find like when I look through like the first and second gen Honda CR-Vs, I always go to the back tailgate and see if it has the little factory picnic table in it, and they never do. They never, ever have the little picnic table in it. I've tried, and I was lucky one time, and I found a picnic table out of a second gen CR-V, and I snatched that bitch right up, went straight up front and bought it for 15 bucks. I can literally turn around and sell that online for like 100, 150 bucks. Because I looked online, that's like the prices they generally run. People price gouge the fuck out of those, man. Because it's like a rare, fun novelty item. It's like finding one of those little coolers from like a Pontiac Aztec or something, you know. But I guess this is gonna be it for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like. Please hit that thumbs up button, and I'll be back sometime soon with another video. As always, stay safe out there. See y'all later. Bye.